pricing is another thing that sits in here, because people think about value and then they think about price. Well, let's clarify one or two things here around price and value. Your price, the price and the value are not the same thing. Okay. The price is something that you negotiate with somebody else that they're willing to pay. We know this from property, from real estate. Think about somebody puts their house on the market, but nobody's willing to pay that price. They can say, this is the price. If no one's willing to pay it, they can call it that as much as they like, but the price and the value don't match in the eyes of the buyer. Sometimes somebody will sell their house for way over the price. I sold a house once for a lot more than I had put it on the market for, because suddenly people wanted a house like that. We had a bidding war. We had 4 or 5 people bidding for it, and it pushed the price right up. So we said our price is, I think it was like our price was £195,000 and it went for £250,000. It's a really pretty large difference. And that was a case where our price also didn't quite meet the value expectations of the buyers. They wanted it so much, they were willing to pay more. Okay. So price is a negotiation, and it depends on your buyer. So if you're in the world of running courses or doing anything I think probably most services, your buyers might buy almost exactly the same service, but it might be a different price. Okay. So I could run an 8-week course for $5,000 to certain buyers, maybe, really high level business people. I could run the same course for $300 or $350. I think the Shift Network, which is a big platform, some of you probably have done courses on the Shift Network, they'll charge $350 for a 6 or 7 week course. That's where their market, the people who hang out on the Shift Network, are willing to pay for a 7-week course. But if I offered that to successful business owners, it would be too cheap for them. They would feel like, oh no, it just doesn't feel right. So value and price need to kind of match in order to have a good fit. And this is where your self-value comes in. Because people often think value is about, they say, I don't feel worthy, so I can't charge a good price. You can actually charge a good price, whatever you feel like about yourself. The problem when you don't feel worthy is you probably don't charge a good price, even if you have a really good product and even if you have really good buyers. And then sometimes you miss that match. So there are people who have worthiness problems, but are very, very good at what they do. There are also people who overestimate what they're capable of. They have a worthiness and overworth problem, and they try to charge too much, and then the clients are disappointed. And we often get, I've done courses and seen courses that encourage you to charge huge prices, but you do really need to match that in terms of what you deliver. And you will only have the confidence to do that if you have strong self-worth. But remember, this works on the side of the buyer as well. So a buyer who has a great lack of self-worth often doesn't invest in themselves so much. I love working with business people because they understand the value of investing in themselves.